Okay, looks like I'm live. Just double check in here. Okay, there we go. And sweet. Alright, let me check my audio settings, because I have not practiced at all today, which is a big no-no. Alright, I'm going to do something very light here. Bear with me, this will be kind of boring, but I got to warm up my hands, and this is how we do it, so... What's up, George? How you doing, man? Voice and guitar loud and clear. Thank you for that. Glad it sounds all right. I'm going to move my mic just a little bit because, there we go, my light's attached to it also. Hope you're having a good day out there. Thanks for joining. Trying to get my arms warmed up. I haven't played at all. I know I always say that, but it's the truth, unfortunately. Sorry, I'm trying to warm my right hand. My hands are so stiff. What's up, Doroteo? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Hope you're having a good day out there. Warm the hands up a bit more. did the wrong ending. I think it's... How's it go? It goes... There it is. Alright, warming up the hands. How's it going? That's a long name there. Nephis the Beast. Good to see you. Alright, get the hands just a little more loosened up. Sorry, this is boring for you guys. Haven't warmed up at all, so that's why I'm doing this again. Going good. Heck yeah, I like to hear that. What's up, Blue Mox? How you doing? Just warming up, or trying to, I should say. This is dominant 7 arpeggios. I always forget about doing diminish. Because they sound kind of similar, but anyways. Wait. 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 Hey, what's up, Jack? Good to see you, man. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. And I hope you also had a good week, my friend. What is the guitar rig of the week, my man? Not a lot, man. Same old rig I use every week. How you doing, Ubi? Good to see you, man. Heck yeah, been a while. I see you go live, but I don't get to hop in your streams, dude. I'm always busy in lessons. I like doing that. It's kind of fun, even though it's silly and repetitive. Yeah, that sounds silly. Try to get these hands warmed up. Sorry. Let's see. Yeah, I totally understand that, man. Sometimes you're just busy. I feel you, dude. Most of my weeks are like Groundhog's Day. You're playing your 2011 Epiphone. Sweet. Sounds good. Yep. Still playing through the New X, man. You got it. By the way, I still remember when you told me it was New X, not Nux. So thanks for that, good sir. Appreciate it. All right, let's keep warming up here. I'm just trying to get my hands loosened. And sometimes it's playing short phrases. Sometimes it's playing whatever the hell. What's up, King Master? No, I have not played the Inspired Enya Smart Guitar. They offered it to me to do a review, but I chose not to do it. Only because I've been so busy, I just don't really feel like doing a lot of guitar reviews. And also, I'm really in love with this AIO guitar, and I want to just stick with AIO for right now, so not doing a whole lot of guitar reviews. But it looks cool, just, you know, visually. Like I said, I've never played on it, but... Trying to get some different feels going on. Sounds like Dream Theater. Well, thanks, dude. I love Dream Theater. Lester, I'm looking for a new X pedal. Oh, nice, man. Yeah? Hopefully you do some more pedal reviews here on the channel, too. That's my goal. Do some more pedal stuff, maybe amp reviews in the future. We'll see how it goes. I'm not like 100% sure. I want to tighten up my skills a bit and get a little bit cleaner. So I could do a better demo and review of these products, you know? I want to be my best, because I feel like if I'm reviewing products, I want to be at my... Well, I know it's impossible to be your best, because you can always be better, right? That's my opinion, at least. So what I mean is, like, yeah, I can be my best at the moment, but then, you know, I want to be better than that, obviously, and keep getting better. That's always my view. And I don't mean the best of, like, everybody, because that's impossible, because there's a lot of people better than me. But I mean, like, the best me I can be, kind of thing, right? And just get cleaner and tighter and fix up a lot of things and just improve as a player, right? I'm always looking to do that. And I feel like I owe it to these companies. If I do a review, I want to play my absolute best. Because it feels like a big responsibility, you know, when you're reviewing stuff. So, anyways, warm it up a bit more. Try these light little movements, man. Trying to be light with it. You're really good. Great actual. Thanks, dude. I appreciate you for saying that. Thank you for the support. I try to be as good as I can, and then hopefully I get better as I go. Give me another 20 years, maybe I'll be really decent. Let's see, today's stream for mine was a pirate theme because it's International Talk Like a Pirate Day. Arr. Well, hoy matey, that's awesome. Oh, gotcha, dude. Well, hey, I sure appreciate that, man. Yeah, whenever you're ready, I ain't going anywhere. I'll be around, man. I'll be around. So whenever you want to do that, you just feel free to reach out anytime, dude. I know how finances are, man. Finances suck these days, especially with the economy. The economy's a real mess right now. I mean, it's been a mess for a long time, but it's not gotten any better. Unfortunately for the rest of us guys, right? But, cool. I hope you guys are all doing well out there. Thanks for joining me so far. I'm just going to play a little bit on the metronome a bit more, warm up the hands. Maybe I'll try to learn some stuff here live. And, yeah, I have some stuff I've been neglecting. I've just been so, I don't want to say burnt out. It's been kind of tired because I've been posting, daily reels here on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. So I film, and try to post something every single day. The last few days I've been posting twice a day just for the hell of it. Mixing up like lesson videos. I wasn't sure if that would take off. And the only reason I did that is because I didn't really have a lot of other content to do at the moment. I just felt really tired because I've been playing a lot of riffs and solos that are complex on the spot and trying to learn them in 30 minutes every day for the last 100 days straight. So I've covered a bunch of solos and riffs that are pretty technically demanding. And it's kind of fried my brain a little. So I'll get back into doing more of those complicated riffs and solos. I need a quick break, so I was like, I'll make some lesson content in the meantime, and, it gives me something to do. Can I do jam-along tracks? Yeah, for sure. We could do some jam-along tracks here in a bit. Let me just warm my hands a little more, because I feel like I'm not even close to warmed up yet. Let's make some patterns up that are more melodic sounding. And let's see if I get my hands a bit more loosened up. I'm going to put it on the right leg just for a second so I can see the screen a bit better. I usually play on the left leg, classical style, but sometimes I switch it up just because of convenience of the setup here I have. I can do some timing change. Warmed up enough for now, sorry. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm finally getting to the point where I'm developing more melodic phrases. And you were the one that helped me to improv solo. Well, dude, I'm super happy I could inspire you or be of help, dude. That makes me happy to hear. I love that, man. Thank you for saying that. And congratulations on improvising a bit more, dude. Last year, I've been playing guitar for 46 years. What I really need you to teach me is some music theory. I'm all self-taught and learned by ear. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Self-taught is fine. A lot of guys do really good. Look at Dave Navarro, you know. I think he's pretty much self-taught, and he plays awesome stuff, right, for what he does. But yeah, I do. Whenever you want to do some theory, I'd be happy to help you, you know. That's funny. Oh, I wish. Yes, my secret Da Vinci Code safe behind me with my millions. my YouTube millions of dollars. I wish. That's funny. If I had tons of money like that, I would probably still live the same way. I'd probably just live in a little bit less ghetto neighborhood. Alright. I'm going to make a lesson on this later. You guys saw me posting the pentatonic thing. I just did that as a teaser earlier. I'm going to make another reel later today after the stream talking about why that works. So you can look forward to that and some more picking tips on the reels. Alright. You're great, dude. Thanks, man. Appreciate you. Let's do some jams with a backing track, and I'll try not to embarrass myself too hard. I don't always jam with backing tracks. I mean, I should. I just don't have a lot of time because my full-time gig every day is just teaching people, making homework, typing, you know. So I try to spend a little time on backing tracks for myself, but all right. So I think you said jam. Yeah, the jam backing tracks, right? Let's find one that's decent. We'll start with that. Jam along tracks. Okay, so I'm guessing you mean this jamming backing tracks, right? Is that what you meant? Because I know they have a YouTube channel full of backing tracks. Oh, no, I see it. Jam along backing track. It actually popped up.
September is Guitar Month at Sweetwater. Shop top guitar gear up to 50%
Let me
off.
screen share. Sorry, guys.
Exclusive drops from PRS and other top brands. Plus, get fast
I know you guys
shipping
can't even see
and
that,
special
but...
financing on select gear. Get your
Oh, okay. Funky. pretty cool. Let me pause that. Sorry, I wasn't trying to ignore you guys. Okay, where are we at here? Lucky boy, after years of work, approaching financial freedom. Heck yeah, dude. Still wear dirty shoes and t-shirts. I feel you on that, man. Define the certain backing track I can play to. Like I said, I'm 56 years old. Nothing wrong with that, dude. Yeah, there's so many different backing tracks out there. I'm sure you'll find a good one. Awesome licks, dude. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Glad they sound all right. Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, it kind of sounds like that. It's got like that Marvel Capcom sound. Sounds like something I could play. Heck yeah, man. Some good bluesy, funky jams. Thanks, George. Yeah, I turned the reverb down a little bit. I noticed last week it was a little bit reverby, so I tried to get it a little tighter. You're a masterclass. Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate you. It's very kind. Your dedication show with your playing skills. I appreciate that, man. There's a lot of room for improvement, but every day I try to learn and read and study and be better, you know, because there's a lot for me to improve on. So I'm always trying to better my playing and work with different rhythms and different theory stuff. I'm always trying to experiment too. So if you hear me screw up something live, it's probably because I'm trying to experiment something that I'm not sure it'll, you know, if it'll work or not. So just keep that in mind if I sound like crap. But cool. Hope you guys are all having a good Friday out there. Thanks for joining me so far in this jam session. This is pretty cool. We're on to a good start. Not trying to jinx myself so I don't screw up later. But yeah, I figured this is a good tone. I like that it's not super distorted. I turned down the gain a bit. It's very, very light. And that way it's not a bunch of like excess noise. See that? It's very soft. So you get more touch response, like. It just sounds very nice and. I don't know, it's just the right amount of distortion, I think. Let's see here. Do I suck just because I do Black Sabbath and Ozzy and Motley Crue? No, man, those are all great. Man, who doesn't like Black Sabbath, Ozzy, or Motley Crue? All good stuff. Let's see, what is the pickup to switch configuration on that guitar? Beautiful guitar. Yeah, it's pretty nice, man. I like the fact that it's, you know, I'm not used to having this setup with 2 singles and a humbucker. So my pick, I had to like change my positioning because on other guitars I'm like right in the middle usually. So I had to like go a little bit above or below just so I don't know, I just don't want to accidentally tap it gently. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's 5-way pickup selector switch, you know, like you would expect. And I only use like the neck one, the bridge one, and maybe the middle one sometimes. That's what it takes to be great. Well, appreciate that, man. Iron Maiden, Megadeth, Slayer and Pantera. Heck yeah, man. All the good thrash guys. I don't listen to as much thrash as I used to. I used to listen to a lot of thrash when I was younger. I used to have it on repeat, man, but not as much anymore. Do you know how hot the pickups are? Oh gosh, no. I'm not really all that interested either, to be honest with you. Somebody asked me in a video if these were like, you know, any specific pickup types. I really don't know. I just know that they're single and humbucker. That's all I could tell you on that. Whatever AIO puts in them. You guys, Jin might know if you call up AIO and ask him. Let's see here. Sounds good, dude. Thanks, man. And the whole band, and I've always loved playing music too, is Dio. Yeah, Dio's great, man. Holy Diver, classic tune. Rainbow in the Dark, you know. I know those like the overrated songs, but I love those. The solos in them are pretty cool. Dorotio, I don't really know. I have never opened up the guitar to look. I'm not much of a tech guy when it comes to guitars. I just play them, and I'm more obsessed with the theory and technique and playing part more than building or modding anything. So yeah, I can't help you with all that. Sorry, guys. Yeah, that's something you have to look at, like with the actual website or contact June. Like I said, I focus too much on the playing and Not much of anything else, really. But yeah, hope you guys are doing good out there. Let's do another track, or try to. This is a pretty cool channel. Thanks for introducing it to me. I'm going to subscribe to it, and I'll take a look at some other backing tracks I have, and let's see if we get some more jams going. That was a really good one. I like the funky flavor of that one. This one says it's extremely spicy in G minor. I think that's the one we just did, yeah. This one's funk fusion bass guitar backing track, so it's for a bass. Eric Clapton style, soft rock ballad. Neo soul blues plus 12-bar neo blues. I'm not sure what they mean by plus. Jazz funk fusion, Texas shuffle, Stevie Ray Vaughan style. It's a lot of stuff in there. Let's see here. You're on a quest for better tone. My pickups aren't great. Oh, gotcha. What kind of guitar do you have? Like, what are the pickups in it? Well, thanks, Jack. Appreciate it, dude. Same to you, man. Same to you. Glad to be part of the community here. We've built a pretty cool community. You guys want to hear any of these backing tracks in particular? I don't know if you guys can see. I'll kind of open the window screen up for a minute. If you guys see any on the screen here, what do you think? Any of these look good? You wish you were half the guitar player. Ah, it's ridiculous, dude. You guys could do all the stuff I'm doing. It's just I've sacrificed a lot of time, and I've done a lot of OCD thinking when it comes to guitar. That's all, and just spent a lot of my life playing stuff over and over a million times. It's not exactly the most, fun in that sense, right? But it does get results. It just takes a while. Yeah, so if you guys see any of those that look good, let me move this back up a bit. The window's all big now. Doroteo says soft rock. Jack says you don't want to pick on the middle pickup. Exactly. Soft rock ballad. All right, we got a winner. Let's do it. Haha, commercial. Sorry, guys. What is this? Maybe we play the commercial too. Is that Machine Gun Kelly? I don't know who that is. That looks like a Machine Gun Kelly knockoff guy. Okay. Oh, cool. Gotta be careful not to overplay on this. See, they have a cool, pot might be able to add melodic minor. This one might need a little reverb just because it feels like that kind of song. So I'm gonna up the reverb just a tiny bit. It's a micro amount. Not really sure what else to play over that. I think I played all the chord tones I possibly can. Alright, sorry about that, guys. And I'm back, so let's see. You have a cheap guitar. It's East Coast ST2 Deluxe. Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm not sure about that model. I don't know much about it. Hey, Les, how's your week going? It's going good, Ninja. Thanks for asking. How about yourself? Oh, yeah. Appreciate you, Jack. I do remember that. That was on Omegle, yeah? Time flies, man. Stevie Ray Vaughan. Yeah, I can't go wrong with little Stevie Ray Vaughan. Awesome, dude. Like your jams. Thanks, man. I'm just trying to get better improvisation. I know I lack in some ways, so I try to be a little better as I can be, but let's go back and find another track, and we'll chit-chat in the meantime as we're looking for another track here. And if we find another good one, you guys will have to let me know. And yeah. So let's see here. You guys get to pick again. I'm going to open this screen up here. You guys pick the track. I'm curious to see what other sounds this, you know, page has to offer. They seem like they have a lot of good tracks. So if you guys see one, just let me know. This is just a few. If you want me to scroll down, let me know, and we'll get it going. Let me move this back up, sorry. Alright, so if you guys had any suggestions, be sure to let me know. I know those are some random ones, or if you want me to scroll down, I can scroll down too, so you just see what's going on. Sexy Midnight, alright, that's the first thing that popped up there, so we'll go with that.
Get NFL Sunday tickets.
I love these silly,
and choose
like,
up to
smooth
4
jazz
NFL
names.
games to watch
They always
live
make it
at
all
the same-
sensual sounding, like it's some big thing, like, oh my god. sure what else you could possibly play over that. That would be interesting. I'm kind of out of ideas on that one. Sorry. Okay. Let's sure. I will. Let's see. I still got 2. Oh, you got to string up one of your guitars. To 13 through 56. Oh my gosh, dude, that's crazy. I need to enlarge the text on my OBS, by the way. I can't see for crap on here. Nice, thanks, dude. Texas Shuffle Blues. All right, we'll go to that one next there. Groovy dude, thanks, man. My favorite unknown guitarist guy is so good. Thanks, dude. Appreciate you. Okay, let's go back. You guys wanted to hear the Texas one, so I'm not much of a blues guy. I will try my best not to overplay. That's my problem with blues. I need to get better at playing blues stuff without
We have got to the point
too
where
much.
literally anybody can build a fully working app without knowing how to code.
Oh my gosh, that's exactly what I need. My own app.
I ran out of room up here. I was trying to get to this fret and I could barely reach it. Yeah, I barely have any space there. It's funny. How many more licks could you do in this?
they do. I do some little... That doesn't really work in this. It's not jazzy, so I can't do that. Oh, can I do it here? Maybe Can't do it there. Oh, there. Oh, there we go. But where is that? Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to add some other licks in there, but I'm not really sure what to do there. I don't play over blues that often, so let me think. I guess I can play outlining like a dominant 7. Right, yeah. Kind of like that. What else could you do? You could do something like... But what else could I... Okay. Yeah, I don't know if I like that. I don't like that either. I noticed I could also play dominant 7s over... do stuff like that, I guess, but if I'm... I don't know. So I'm trying to think in my head here of what else you could do over that, but I really don't know over that backing track. Oh, okay. Sorry, guys. You're awesome. Keep it up, man. Thanks. Appreciate that. And what does this other one say? Oh, it's silly. Thanks, man. I feel like I kind of bombed the blue stuff, but well, I try. Who are your go-to influences that inspires you to continue to be great? Any favorite guitar players? Okay, so this will kind of go together. I can ask that, or answer that, I'm saying. I liked Vinnie Moore a lot growing up. I liked Dimebag Darrell a lot. Greg Howe was a big influence. Guthrie Govan's a big influence. Eric Johnson. I was always more drawn to guys like that, or like Larry Carlton, Robin Ford, Grant Green, that kind of like more jazz stuff. I always like more jazz blues or fusion blues, not just regular blues. I mean, regular blues is cool too. I never really did it well. I need to work on that more. So yeah, I was always inspired by that stuff, or the shreddy shrapnel era. Don't do a lot of shredding like I used to. I mean, I'll shred once in a while, but not as often. But yeah, I liked a lot of those guys. I love all kinds of guitar players and styles, so it's hard to say like my absolute favorites. But those guys for sure, Michael Romeo, John Petrucci, all those guys were big influences to me. And of course some jazz people, like I said too, like Charlie Parker or whoever. But what age did you start playing? I've been playing for about 23 years. Let me think about that. Yeah, I was about 11. Yeah, I was about 11 years old. So yeah, about 23 years now I've been playing guitar. I didn't have a teacher right away. I did have a teacher a little while after I was self-taught, and then I had different teachers throughout my life. I was lucky enough to have some really nice helpful teachers. Well, some are not as nice, but they were good and helpful. That helped me. And then I was self-taught again, read a lot of books. Still read a lot of books. And kind of on my own right now. I had a couple different teachers I was working with the last couple of years, and they kind of helped me fix some bad habits in my theory and playing. So, still working on it. Stu, you're truly awesome. I appreciate you, Jack. And same to you, man. I just like to have fun, man. I like to have fun. And yeah. So let's get some more jamming going. Let's see if there's any other tracks in here I can try to get along with. Not Butcher. That was probably the worst one so far for me, but I will keep trying to power through. Okay, out of these next 6, which one should I pick out of these 6 tracks? Let's go ahead and pull it up on the screen. You guys pick for me which one we're going to jam on next. We got, looks like Dorian mode, which is play better with the smooth Dorian backing track. Funk Fusion for bass. That's a bass one, though. Minor blues and A. We haven't done minor blues. Jazz Funk Fusion, E minor, deep lo-fi or lo-fi groove for us for bass. Soulful lo-fi chill and relax 251. Latin smooth jazz, neo soul for bass. All very interesting. Comment A minor, E, etc. F, E. I'm not sure what you mean by that. So yeah, if you guys have any picks from those 6, we can keep it going. Unless you have any other suggestions of styles you want me to play over, I can type them in if you want metal, rock, or whatever. I don't really care what it is. Feel free to shoot it my way, and that way it makes it more interactive, and I'm not just, picking random stuff. So yeah, whoever guesses or not guesses, but whoever gives me some input, we'll go with that. Hope you guys are having a good Friday out there, by the way. Thanks for joining me. Appreciate you guys. Dorian mode, somebody says. All right, cool. Let's do it then. Let's do some Dorian mode action. Oh, Trivium. I like Trivium. A little bit random, though. They re-recorded that song? Sounds like a different version of that song. Oh my goodness. Add some random dissonance in there. What the hell? Why not? All right, where we at here? Sorry, guys. Where are we at? Sounds like the Pizza Man music. Western Learning 56 now. Nice, man. Heck yeah, that's quite a while then. Oh yeah, it's hard, man. Leads can be a hard time for everybody. It took me a long time, and I'm still working on it, as you guys can tell. Yeah, it takes a lot of work, man. It takes a lot of work. What in the world? Nightbot's freaking out about something. Sorry, dude. It's automatically set up to where, like, if people do a lot of emojis at once, I guess it automatically, like, freaks out. So, sorry about that. That's not me doing it. It's just Nightbot. Well, I say some people may have more of a inclination to music, you know? That's for sure a thing. I think some people naturally have more of a... what's the word? Like, they can just vibe with the music, right? More than some people can. But I will say that anybody can play anything I'm doing. It's just a matter of a lot of music theory study, having teachers tell you what you're doing wrong, correcting those things, and just try to work on it the best you can every day, you know? That's the best advice I can give you with leads. Do lots of theory and application. You could have theory, but if you're not trying to apply it correctly, you're never going to get anywhere. And if you do application without theory, then, again, you're not really getting anywhere. Some people can do it without that, and they have just a natural ear ability, and that's good. But yeah, it's good to have reference points too. And if you can do it by ear, having like, hey, here's the theory why this works, here's the theory why it doesn't work. You have to learn scales, chords, what works over chords, chord tones. There's all kinds of stuff that goes into that. Timing, metronome work. So I just spent a lot of years, like I said, I've been doing this for 20 years, or 23 years. And in that time frame, I never really took a break. I was always just studying and learning, and I should be a lot better than I am. So I will say that, I'm not as good as I should be, but I had bad habits and I didn't have good guidance at certain points. So I was just kind of like free balling in some of those years. But it is what it is. Yeah. Sorry about that, King Master. It does that automatically. It's AI run moderation. I would get rid of it. It's just I need it because I used to get a lot of AI raids. Like, people used to bot raid my channel was it half a year ago? I was gonna say a year ago. Maybe it was a whole year ago now. I used to get a lot of bot raid stuff, so Nightbot kind of helps protect us, but it unfortunately has downsides. Like, it's hypersensitive and kind of pissy about stuff. So I apologize about that. But anyways, yeah. So hope that kind of gives you some help there with lead stuff. All right. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I want to work on myself personally, There's things I feel like I overplay, or maybe things I already do like too many times, Example. I like doing these runs, They sound fine, but I'm so tired of hearing it because I do it all the time. So for me, it's like one of my old licks. I'm just like, whatever. Right, starting off the root, connecting minor scales. Autonomy picking, or maybe I'm over here doing the same thing. Right? So I get kind of bored with that, or maybe I play certain pentatonic licks you hear me do all the time, and it's just kind of, I don't think when I play, I just try to do intuitively. So, like, maybe if I'm doing something over here. That'd be like an F, right? And I'm playing on box 4. Minor pentatonic, that's where my brain goes. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in box 4. And I think, what's in here? Well, I could also do shape 3, major scale. I could also do Dorian mode here if I just use the 6th degree to sharpen. I'm just taking these and I just do the same thing in octave, right? Or maybe I'm working off, superimposition. Maybe I'm playing, here. So I'm trying to target specific intervals and stuff like that. But again, it depends on the mode and the backing track, because it's going to depend on what intervals I can use, if it's Dorian, or if it's regular minor, or if it's going to be something else. So yeah, knowing theory can help a lot with that, because then if you're playing like a dominant 7 chord, you think, well, okay, what's dominant 7? Well, it's a major triad with a flat 7 or minor 7. So I can play what's a major scale with a flat 7 mixolydian. Playing a minor 6 chord, I know I could totally do Dorian in that because that's a natural 6. So yeah, it's a lot of theory stuff I think about when I'm playing lead. Let's see here. Lester, I've never communicated with a YouTuber quite like I had the connection with you. Oh, well, I appreciate that, dude. Yeah, I'm just a regular guy, man. I try to be communicative with everybody that comments. I love chatting with you guys. It gives me different perspectives and ways to say things. So appreciate you guys. Your skill set is great to learn from. Well, thanks, dude. I appreciate it. I'll be doing more lesson reels. All the chords go together. I just never was able to shred. Good with finger picking and finger picks. Oh, gotcha. When you say that, like, do you know your major scale? Like, you know how to build chords and all that? With a double jointed left thumb, it can cause my hand to get tired quickly. Sometimes I have to keep my thumb wrapped all the way over, or it starts to bother. Oh man, that's crazy. I never heard of that. But I could picture that being a thing. That's wild, man. One thing I always tell people is I'm not saying this is per somebody that needs to do shredding, or somebody that maybe is double jointer or not. But if you're playing anything at all, you should always be light with your thumb, right? Never squeeze with the thumb. The thumb's just kind of there as a placeholder. Unless you're playing on acoustic, then you kind of have to squeeze because the acoustic is effing hard. But on electric, it shouldn't be that hard. You should have it set up nice and smooth where your thumb's just slightly as a placeholder, right? Nice and light. In the center of the neck especially, nice and floaty. And the reason for that is because if you're doing scales and shreddy lines, you need your hand to be relaxed and mobile. You can't be up here, because then it stops a lot of that movement, see? Your wrist gets shortened by quite a lot. So that's something you have to work on, and just being a light in your thumb. And you don't have to really do a lot. You're just kind of placing it there. So think of that, just mobile movement, right? What's up, Shred and Shine? Mr. 10K. Appreciate you, man. But yeah, so that's something I would say. But also, there's a whole lot of theory stuff that goes into playing. Like, are you playing, chord tones? Are you playing, do you know the intervals of scales and modes? I mean, there's whole plethora of things. And there's timing stuff, like, do you work on subdivisions, do you work on triplets, 16th notes? There's a whole amount of stuff you got to work on, in my opinion. Have you ever seen what is called the circle guitar? I have not. I will have to check that out. Do you do effects pedal, like loops? I don't have any like effects pedals per se. I just have a NuX multi-effect pedal I did a review on, I think maybe a half a year ago or something like that. I use it all the time. I just run direct into my DAW. My DAW is what does the loops for me. I'll record something with my DAW, right, in the metronome, and then I'll play along with it for certain lesson videos. These picture-in-picture ads can be kind of cool, but also confusing as heck. I'm like, wait, why did Lester just start playing a news clip? That's funny. I didn't even know they did that now. That's so weird. YouTube's always changing stuff around with the monetization and ads and everything. So I'm not sure what it looks like, but it sounds awful. Make sure we're on the time span here, 6:30. Okay, yeah, we're good still. I'll be here for a little while longer, and then I gotta make some reels in a little bit. I was a little bit lazy on my reel making because I got kind of fried, but alas, here we are. But yeah, I hope you guys are having a good Friday out there. Started with the Beatles, and that taught me a ton. Nice, dude. Yeah, Beatles are great. Love the Beatles. They use a lot of chords, a lot of different cadences, right? They use perfect cadence, deceptive cadence. You got, pickety thirds in there. You got minor plagal cadences where they switch the four to a minor chord. They got all kinds of stuff in these Beatles songs, you know, and they're using dominant 7 chords, major 7 chords, minor 7 chords, sometimes modulations. It's a lot of stuff. The Beatles are actually a lot smarter than people give them credit for. I love the Beatles. I'll say they're also fantastically technical. I saw an interview, it was a long time ago, in this like documentary of them, and the guy was just straight up playing scales up and down the neck while he's talking in the interview. He's like, "Oh yeah, no problem, yeah, man." Blah blah blah. He's just going up and down. I was like, "What? He can play scales?" Which, I mean, of course he can. It makes sense because they're so musically gifted. Like, you know, they just know what they're doing. They're educated, so makes sense. I guess it was just surprising. It's like you wouldn't expect to see that, you know. It's like, I don't know. It's like imagining Arnold Schwarzenegger doing karaoke, you know. It's just something you wouldn't imagine to see. But anyways, I digress. Yeah, theory can be a whole lot of fun, especially when you get into other stuff. So cool. Make sure I'm closing off these ads on my phone. They get like these stupid ads that pop up from Chrome. I have to clear my Chrome history. Okay. You try to be very soft with thumb on back. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. It's just awkward, you know, if you're used to, some people are used to squeezing with the thumb, you know, and it's really hard for them to break that habit. So that's good you don't have that problem. I had students that had that issue, and it was really hard for them to relax their hands, you know what I mean? Hey, Bobby, how you doing, man? Good to see you. I hope you're having a good evening as well. Thanks for coming by. Hope practice is going good. Bobby's one of my students. He's a good guy, good player. He's doing some cool theory stuff. My right hand picking was a little sloppy today, you noticed in my jams, and the reason for that, I just want to say and get this out there, is because I was working on my legato technique a bit more, and so because of that, I spent more time working on legato instead of my picking, and so now going back into picking, I'm a little sloppy. I got to work more on my picking again. You work on one thing, and something else gets a little bit less polished, and then something else gets better, and then something else gets less polished. I don't know. It's a back and forth thing, man. Oh, that's wild, dude. So it's like a machine type thing, huh? It spins around. That's nuts, dude. I don't even know what to say to that. It is. Practicing, getting better. Oh, well, appreciate you, dude. You're the one that does the work. You guys are the ones that put the effort in. I'm just here to give you the material. Have to go, guys. Thanks for the stream list. Hopefully catch your future streams. No worries. Thanks for coming by, King Master. Hope you have a good rest of your evening. I will be live tomorrow on TikTok. If you're on my TikTok, I will see you there on a vertical phone stream. So yeah, just for those of you that maybe have to go or can't hang out long, just know I'll be on TikTok tomorrow. Probably around the same time, like 4 or 5 Pacific time. Which is, well, 6 Pacific time right now. But I guess I've been live an hour now. That's kind of wild to think. Anyways, having said that, I'm going to warm up a little bit more again, because I know what you're thinking. Aren't you already warmed up? Well, not really. My arms are kind of feeling like they're going back to normal, because I wasn't playing for a bit. That cold in the hands already. That's what they're doing now. That's wild, dude. Yeah, I didn't even know that. I've not even been on YouTube much lately, which is kind of sad to say. Like, other than posting stuff, I've just been so busy. I need to hop back on and watch some of my YouTubers' videos. And it's funny, I don't even watch a lot of music YouTubers. I watch a lot of, like, comedy stuff. I love comedy stuff. I like stupid humor. The dumber the humor it is, the better off I'll be. There's one guy, his name is Infabren. Have you seen that guy, Infabren? He goes into Walmart and stuff, and he has like his filming glasses, and he always says weird crap to strangers and talks about dolphin milk and stuff. Guy's hilarious. Sorry, I was trying to get my hands kind of warmed up with that. I just do weird exercises sometimes like that. They aren't really like that, what's the word? Normal, I guess. And the only reason I'm doing that is just to kind of spice up the technique a bit, so I'm not just doing the same thing over and over. Because I have a bunch of exercises that I do, but I get kind of bored of doing the same ones all the time. Like, well, what else could I do, you know? Yeah. Let's see. Watch The Life and Times of Tim. Hilarious cartoon. It's in Prime. Ah, okay. I don't have. I don't know. I don't know if I have Prime. Does it come with just regular Prime membership? Because I have Amazon Prime. So do I have streaming Prime too? I never really watch a lot of TV. Alright, let's play something else in the meantime here. And then we'll do some more chit-chat. I'm not really sure what to play, so let's play whatever pops up on the side, I guess. B minor. No, we did B minor earlier, I think. Try to do different stuff, because sometimes I get tired of playing the same keys. I like a lot of sharp and flat keys, because they don't sound as... like, you know, they don't sound like the same old, so. Let me see. Driving Rock 80s. Let's go back to the original page I was on from this. So I like these people's backing tracks, but I don't really know what to pick, so let's try another one. I don't know what Latin smooth jazz is. Does that just mean like Santana sound? Or do you mean bossa nova? I'm not sure what else to play over that. Sorry. Alright, where we at here? Sorry, guys. Wasn't trying to ignore you. Is that a capo? This is just a string mute, so it kind of makes it less noisy. Yep, my buddy's got it. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, I didn't mean to ignore you guys. I was just totally jamming here. Does it improve action feel? Not really. The action's real set up from down here. So if you have high action and you put this thing on, you're still going to have high action, unfortunately. But yeah, totally worth it. I like it because it doesn't make a lot of reverberance. Like if I'm playing a tapping line especially, and I'm doing something like, you know, this, for example. Like if I'm down here. Kind of hard to string mute all that. So if I do it without that, you might hear a little extra noise. Hear that? There's a little extra noise there because I couldn't mute all the strings. So this gives it like an extra, dampens the sound a little bit so it doesn't ring out as badly. But if you make a mistake, you're still gonna hear it. So like there, I'm still relying on left and right hand muting, but this thing does help a little extra, so you just don't get all that extra reverberance and overtones and stuff. Let's see here. Totally. Yeah. It's only like, I think I paid $3 for this one on Amazon, so and it wasn't a name brand one, I don't think. It was just a regular old cheapo one. I like cheap stuff. I don't know about you guys. I'm all about cheap stuff. There we go, if you can kind of see that better, sorry. Getting it now. Trying to warm up my hands still, believe it or not. I know we're like 2 hours in almost, but my hands are still not all the way warmed up, which sucks. Getting warm, yeah, almost there. Getting there. Okay, I'm going to go to Ultimate Guitar now. We're going to switch things up just a little bit, only because there's some stuff I have to play for my reels, and I kind of forgot some of them. I have to go to my thing here, and I might as well get some practice in before I film. Somebody wanted Cacophony. What was it? Oh, they just mentioned it to me earlier. I got to look back on my TikTok here. I get so many requests every day for so many different things, and I try to get to them as best I can, but it's kind of hard because I have so many different requests, so I can't do them all. And some of them are ridiculous requests, like they want me to play like Winter Sun, was it Winter Madness, the song by Winter Sun, which I looked at and it was a really long solo. I would have done it, but it would take me a long time. It's like 80 or 90 measures I counted. I was like, 90 measures just for a reel? Man, that might go over my mark, you know. Alright, let me go back here. Somebody wanted a symphony. Or not symphony, it was Cacophony. And more Avenged Sevenfold. Of course, Avenged Sevenfold's so popular. I keep getting requests for Avenged Sevenfold. It's crazy. Which has not been my favorite, only because the solos are really weird and tricky. I mean, they sound great, they're just not fun to play because they're so awkward in the hand. Good practice, though, I guess. Sorry, I'm not trying to ignore you guys. I'm trying to go back and find what song that was, because I saved the comment, I thought. I try to write things down when I can, but I don't always have time to do that, which sucks. It'd be like in the middle of a lesson or something, I see something pop up, and then it's gone. I can't find it again. I'm like, what happened? Learn to fly. Yeah, we did that. Opeth was that one. Huh. Oh, there it is. Concerto. Concerto? I always say that wrong. Okay, Cacophony. I don't know if I can play this or not, because I'm not really as much of a shredder as I used to be, but I will try to learn part of it for real, I guess. That's what was asked of me, so. How's this gonna sound? Let's see, guys. Let's see here. Oh, there you go, yeah. Girlfriend's hair bands. My wife would probably kill me if I did that. Okay, so they're doing like this. What is this? It's just a major arpeggio. Wait. Wait. Oh wait, sorry, is that right? That's it. So I'm just trying to read it first before I play with the metronome, and we'll grind it in. Okay, I see. So let me loop just this part here, because I'm going to be all kinds of messed up if I do too many things at once. What was the beginning part anyway? I didn't even get to hear the beginning. I mean, I kind of did, but which guitar is that? Ah, I see. The time went weird there. Let me look back at that. Where was that supposed to sound like? Oh. I see. And it goes fast there. Okay, so let me look at that pattern again. So they're doing a. Wait. Let's slow this down again and see where I was jacking it up. Just gonna slow it down a hair so I can get the timing. I see they're walking up like kind of like a scale pattern. Is that what I'm looking at? Sorry, I was trying to look at this. What is? They switched it up, so it's Is that right? 20, really? Right. Okay, I got you. And then where's it going to go? So I'm going to slow it down a little bit more because it's still kind of fast, just so I can kind of get the feel of this here. Oh, I see. They're doing the octave patterns of that part from earlier. I see. So wait. That's here. Why do they do that? 3 or 2 13s? Wait. Oh, it's just the one time. I see. So. My bad. 3 count. Okay, I see. See ya. Wait. It's a weird pattern, so like repeating that, so. Okay, so they're kind of doing a pattern like. Okay. Sorry, I'm breaking it down into little sections so I can try playing it with the timing a little bit. Sorry. So, let me see. Screwed up there, so let me try that part again here. Oh, see, that's why I'm reading it wrong. I'm like dyslexic, apparently. So it's not like... Okay, so it's kind of awkward because you're... Wait. Gotcha. Alright, let me keep at this here. Sorry guys, I'm not trying to ignore you. Hope you're doing well. Muse is good, do Defector. I'm sure it is. I can't do that right now. I have requests I have to go through. I do them in order. Request SpongeBob would make life complete. You could add it to the list for sure. The thing is this, guys. I have like a whole bunch of requests from my YouTube Reels and TikTok Reels. And I try to go in order of them. I try my best to. I don't always have time because I teach full time. Or I'm a music teacher for a living, so I'm usually making homework and stuff. But when I do have time, I do these requests. And I have so many to go through. So I will add yours to the list, but it will be a little while until I get to them. So I do apologize about that. But I try to be fair to everybody, so everybody's requests are, in order. May take me weeks to get through them, just because of time constraints and stuff. But all right, let's see here. Screwed up. Oh. I see. Okay, let me go back up. So I don't want to screw up myself any more than I'm already screwing up. So I'm playing something wrong on this part too. So it's, let's see. Oh, I see. So it repeats that note twice. Okay, I see. Let's try this again, shall we? Oh, they switched it up. Okay, that's kind of cool. But I don't want to get carried away. Let's go back and make sure I got that first part, and then I'll try adding that in a little bit. Okay, where are we at here? This song is from Cacophony. If you guys don't know Cacophony, it's from the band. It's Marty Friedman and Jason Becker's album or collaboration thing from years ago. So yeah, that's what that is. It's Cacophony, and the song is Concerto or something like that. I always say things wrong. I'm not a classical musician, so don't make fun of me. But it was a request, so I'm going through my list here. No worries, Clutch. Appreciate you popping by, dude. Alright, let's go and speed up a tiny bit if I can. I don't know if I can. What the hell, why not? I see, so it'll be that speed. I can do that, I think. I'm playing too fast. Okay, hold on a second. We can go back up to regular speed. What's the regular speed of this sound like again? Like, how fast is this supposed to go? I think it's supposed to be blistering speed, right? Like, it is Jason Becker. Oh, God. That sounds pretty cool, actually, but that was sloppy on my part. Sorry, I was just kind of seeing what that would sound like at full speed. I'm not going to play full speed, because I obviously can't right now, so let's go back here. I'm going to go back to, like, maybe 90% or something? I don't know, let's see. 90% might be fair. What's that going to sound like? I don't know. I always forget they cut off halfway in that. Doo-doo-doo-doo. That's pretty cool sounding. I just kind of want to look at that real quick. So I'm not trying to be ADD. I'm just like, well, that's kind of cool. I like that better than the other part I was doing. Wait. Wait, oh. Ah. No. No, I did it wrong. Wait. I want to play 9, but it's not in there on that string. How fast is this supposed to go? It's bloody hell, man. Oh, that's kind of... Wait, oh, it's Phrygian. Sorry, Phrygian dominant. Wait. Ah. Okay. Let me go back to that BS, because that's some BS, but I like it. Ah, forgets a stupid count there. Ah, see, I forget they're going to play that there. What am I, blind? I could read the sheet, what the hell? Try that again. Alright, hope you guys are doing well, by the way. Thanks for joining me. I'll probably be here just a little bit longer, so if you have anything you want to talk about, or if you have questions, or just want to BS with me, let me know. And I'll be live on TikTok tomorrow, so for those of you TikTok fans, I will be there tomorrow. Okay, so... Forgot how that goes again. Ah, that's what it was. Right. I always forget that part comes up. I swear. Ah. Oh god, not these types of arpeggios. I hate these ones in this. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Maybe I'll do that. Showing the arpeggio in a different place, but it's the same thing. They're doing essentially. That could be the same thing technically. Just adding an extra note in the bottom, but yeah. Let's see here. What is this website you're using, and is it free? It's Ultimate Guitar. It's not free. Songster is free if you want to use a freer one, but some of the stuff you can't use unless you pay, like you can't use slowdown features and stuff, but Songster is free. But this is Ultimate Guitar. It costs money. I get it for free because I tab for the website, so I submit guitar profiles and transcribe songs by ear, and I make guitar profiles for, you know, whatever people ask me, and for that they give me a free membership. And that's not me trying to flex, that's just me being honest, so you guys know I'm not trying to lie and say I pay for it. I don't pay for anything, it's all free on there. But I use it because it's pretty nice and it makes things a little easier for me, especially when I'm doing, you know, my reels and whatnot. So my dog doesn't like that apparently. He's kind of pissed off. Did you hear that? Oh, he's a character. Always cracks me up. Let's see here. Clutch says nice. Thanks, dude. Appreciate that. Well, having said all that good stuff, probably could head out of here. I was here for about 2 hours. We had some good chit chats, and yeah, it's been pretty fun. The only reason I say I got to go is because I'm gonna get to doing some, you know, reels and stuff. I got to film a batch amount of stuff, so I'll probably be busy the next hour or so. So I'll be heading out of here. Let's see here. Bobby says, "Have a good night, man. Check you soon." No worries, dude. Good seeing you. I hope you have a good rest of your evening, my friend. And that goes for the rest of you guys. I hope you're all having a good night, and hope the rest of the evening goes well for you. And I'll see you guys next time. If you want to catch me on another live stream, I'll be live on my phone tomorrow on TikTok. And if you don't want to go on TikTok, that's fine. You can stay tuned for the next video release on YouTube or the next live stream, whatever one you guys want to do. But I do appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. This song here was a request. It's from Cacophony, the band, which is Jason Becker and Marty Friedman. And the song's Concerto, I guess. Concerto. I always say it wrong. Like I said, I suck at pronouncing these song names. It's like a classical name. Let's see. Thanks again. No worries. Thank you, George. Appreciate you, my friend. Clutches, how's your TikTok thing going? Pretty good. I'm getting more views than I do on YouTube. I got 10,000 people on TikTok, so I got 10,000 here on YouTube and on TikTok. It's really cool. I didn't think I'd ever hit 10K anywhere, let alone 2 places, so I'm beyond grateful. But anyways, I didn't mean to get sidetracked. But yeah, thank you guys so much for all your support and for hanging out with me. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Thanks for hanging out with me. Be safe, be well, and get some good practice in. I'm going to go to torture myself now, so wish me luck. And peace, everybody. Be well.